So there she is. I really wanted to make a video on how I made all the modifications on this John boat to turn it into a fishing slash bass boat slash hunting boat, obviously. Just didn't get around to it. So anyways, here in this bench, I made a nice hatch so I could put a couple of stuff, just a strap on it. Now, I did a camo paint, added some carpet, worked again on the transom, but really I did some exterior carpet on this bench so I could sit, maybe install a rotating chair there. This one is also a seat, but it's also a pretty big hatch so I could fit quite a few things in there, anchors, fishing gear. I also did a casting deck on it. It's a couple of feet wide and a couple of feet long. Don't have the exact measurements. So got the boat camoed all around, obviously. And what I decided to do is, instead of putting a hatch on top here like a lot of other bass boat conversions done, I just figured I would leave the space here open. So that way if I go hunting or I go fishing, I could just stuff decoys in there. I could put my live vest, I could put my oars, maybe a gas tank even. And I'm thinking about putting an electric motor on this thing. So once I put the electric motor maybe on the left or on the right, I'll run the electrical here. And in the back I already got some holes drilled right here for the wires to go out back. Anyways, I have a pull start motor, so I don't have an electric starter, right? So the electrical will be mostly for the headlights I want to put on the boat. I do want to put a pretty powerful light bar on it. I want to run my trolling motor for when I go fishing, and maybe even keep it for when I go hunting if I want to sneak on a couple of geese or ducks, whatever. So the camo I was trying to do, the Optifade camo. Just could never get around to getting that honeycomb pattern. I couldn't find a stencil, so I went ahead and took some of this green mesh that you put around your cedar trees. It did a decent job. So basically what I did for my camo is I did a mix of about 3 colors or so. So I did the basic camo kit, and then I added another color, which was this like this brown we're looking at here. I just think it breaks up the boat a whole lot better. So if you look at it from a distance, that way if the boat were to be in any kind of hunting environment, so in the marsh or anything like that, you know, there'd be very little that a bird could spot out of it. So for the time being, I'm pretty happy with the camo, pretty happy with the front, how it came out, and everything else. It had quite a bit of holes in there as well. Like the hull was just full of holes and full of repairs. As you can see, it was pretty banged up. Apparently this boat came from Florida, right? So I bought it off this guy, and he drove it from the States, and he brought it here to Montreal, right? So it was pretty banged up when I got it. And even in the bottom, if you can't see it here, there's all kinds of rivets. Were definitely not the right type of rivets, but I guess they didn't really give a shit when they did the job the first time. So that's why I tear everything up and start from scratch. So from the bottom, I'm probably gonna build a floor with the same carpet right here, so when I go fishing, the boat doesn't make that much noise. But for hunting, I'm probably gonna take it off. It'll get covered in mud. So this is basically the modifications I did. It also came with the trailer. I guess it's a homemade trailer, but it's pretty damn light. So if you take a view from the back of the boat here, it's a 1436, I guess. So max I would put 2-3 people in there for hunting or fishing, you know, plus their gear. I wouldn't load it up too much, and I definitely wouldn't take it out on a windy day, at least not anywhere in too much of an open water. So what I'll try to do is I'll try to make other videos if I have any pictures of the before and after, so I could maybe show the process of what I've done, you know, to come to this. But it was quite easy, and mind you, since I did a lot of the work by myself, it took a couple of days. But had I had 2-3 people with me, it would have been a lot quicker. So at the end of the day, just, you know, cutting the plywood, finding the right screws and whatnot is pretty much what took most of the time. But when it came to the camo, it took me about 2-3 days to do it. Obviously we had bad weather, so, you know, I had to take my time with that. So I'm going to be posting this video on my YouTube channel. I really feel bad I didn't get to do a full scale, you know, like episode by episode, but you know, I had to like steal hours away for me to work on the boat. And if you guys have any questions, you could put it in a comment. I'll do my best to answer quickly, but that's pretty much it. It's pretty easy to do, but you know, when I'll take it on the water, I'll add more videos. If I go fishing, go hunting out of it, I'm definitely going to build a blind for it. I'm thinking about going maybe with scissor blinds and you know, for waterfowl season. If not, I'll just do a custom blind of my own design and whatnot. So that's it. And mostly to repair the holes, I've used a lot of JB Weld. I've also used some marine silicone, so I don't know how well that held up, but just in case, I bought some flex fill, I don't know, the stuff that you see on TV, like that black spray. Apparently that's really good and even dries in water, so I bought some just in case for the day that I try the boat and I spot a leak, so I'll just go ahead and spray it on it. I think it's called Flex Seal. That's it, Flex Seal. So I haven't used that. I've used mostly JB Weld. I re-hammered some of the rivets that were the original rivets. The other rivets that the previous owner had put, they're just basic normal rivets, which definitely are not meant for this. So I wish I would have had time to take them off, but you know, I just wanted to get the boat ready, so I didn't want to mess with that too much. So anyways, thank you for watching. If you guys have any questions, leave it in a comment. I'll do my best to answer. If you have questions on the design, like I said, it's pretty basic. For the deck, I pretty much sealed the wood with enamel painting. Same thing that I did also here for this latch. Any kind of wood I put on this boat, I pre-sealed it. I've heard that it's bad to use the pressure treated root, so I just went ahead with basic pine, sealed it, and then, you know, put some carpet glue, added the carpet to it, and it seems to be pretty sturdy, so hopefully it'll last a couple of years. And I don't know if you can see the frame at the bottom, but there you go. And so I made a nice wood frame, pretty basic, and since the boat had so many holes in it, which I think is pretty stupid the way they did it, but look, it was already done, so I had to block a lot of the holes, and I pretty much used the same holes here to run a 2x4, another 2x4 here, and a couple of 2x4s simply to give it some structure, so that way when I step on the deck, obviously I won't go through it. So that's it, and like I said, thanks for watching. So any questions you have, it'll be my pleasure.